Greetings, welcome to another Driver's Hour Shorts with me, your favourite boggle-eyed weirdo. Just a quick one though, because somebody was going on about different things, because I did the last one was about having two reduced weekly rests back to back and how it's possible, and then somebody was going on about compensation. Saying the idea behind these Driver's Hour Shorts is picking one particular aspect of driver's hours and covering it, not anything else. Because if you start going on to bits that are linked to it, you'll end up being here for hours, and nobody wants to hear me talk for hours. So we just concentrate on one particular section of the driver's hours in each driver's hour shorts. And now, after doing the one about two reduced weekly rests back to back, this one's about compensation. Compensating for the reduced weekly rest. So if you take a reduced weekly rest is anything between 24 and 45 hours. I mean, technically, even a 44-hour break would be a reduced weekly rest because it's less than 45 hours and you'd only have an hour to pay back. You have to pay back the hours you've reduced by the end of the third week, but it's also got to be attached to something. You can't take, so for instance, if you reduce to 24, that means you have 21 hours to pay back by the end of the third week. You can't just have the 21 hours on its own. You have to attach it to something, at least a 9-hour rest. Most of the time people just attach it to another weekly rest so they have a longer weekly rest. So for instance, if they have a 45 plus a compensation, 66. That's generally the most common way to do it. The dog is under the desk and he's just farted and it stinks. Good God, indeed. Always professional. But yeah, so I'm just going to quickly show you this little diagram. So here we have an example of what you do. You have a 45, 24, 24, 45, 66, 66. Those two are compensations for this. Because like I say, you need to attach your compensation to another rest of at least 9 hours. But like I say, most people attach it, in my experience, to a weekly rest and just have a longer weekly rest. So effectively 3 days off. So basically the law states that you must compensate by the end of the third week following. So three weeks. Also, I realised something else today. Hang on, let me just wipe this off. The law states that the compensation must be taken by the end of the third week following. And that means if you have your weekly rests midweek, as you can see here, you have 3.5 weeks to pay back because the end of the third week following. So that's the week following. 1, 2, 3. And that's the end of the third week following. So yeah, if you have a weekly rest midweek, you have 3.5 weeks to pay it back. So there we are. I hope you found that useful and informative. Anything you want me to cover with these little driver's hour shorts, because I really enjoy making them actually. Because I'm a legal nerd, I'm fascinated by the law, always was. In another life I'd have been a lawyer. I did do a couple of years of an Open University law degree, but I didn't have the time or enough enthusiasm at the time. So yeah, if there's any legal things you want me to cover, pop me a message or an email and I shall have a look. And also, please do feel free to book CPCs, because I could do with them. I died off a little bit after my 3 months off sick, but I'm building it back up again. Also, there's a Celtic Truck Show this weekend in Carmarthen. I've got a banner hanging there. I've got a stand and I'm sponsoring an award at Truckfest Wales. And the week of Truckfest Wales, I'm going for a spin with a chap from one of my customers, Cranley and Ascroft, to move a big machine with a police escort and everything. So that makes some good videos and some good content. And I do believe Trucker Tim is even going to be carrying the bucket. So that should be an entertaining couple of days. So yes, good day to you all.